Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd love to talk about EMDR therapy, one of my favorite, most transformative, powerful healing treatment modalities. And I want to explain a little bit about what is EMDR, why does it work? And I like to use this tree here as an analogy. So EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And the treatment was originated from research done around rapid eye movement. When you go to sleep at night and you fall into that deep REM sleep where your eyes actually do go back and forth when you're sleeping. And what it's doing is it's taking your day's material that you've lived and it's processing. But when we have trauma, it's stuck, it's trapped, because at the time of the wounding or trauma, the body was overwhelmed and it didn't have the capability to do all the mechanisms the body needs to do to heal, to let it go. And it also depends on how much resiliency a person has, which again usually stems back from childhood, but that's another video. So if we go back to this tree, I want you to think of your physical body as a tree. Here's your nervous system, and if we think of a core belief, which is what EMDR often targets, such as I am in danger, right? You can't prove it, it's a core belief. And maybe usually there's a memory early in life where something happened that left you feeling in danger, and it left some emotional scars. And as you go through life, maybe there's triggers that activate those feelings, and all of a sudden you got panic and anxiety and fear and avoidance or flashbacks, all kinds of symptoms. So what EMDR will do is we usually find the core belief that the client is struggling with and is impacting their life. We find the touch tone memory. It usually goes back to early childhood, but that's not always the case. But for the sake of this example, let's say there was an example where, there was danger in their childhood, or maybe it was repeated experiences that left them feeling in danger. And if the original wound is not healed, it's stored in your body. It just takes a present day trigger to activate those symptoms. And then there you go, it lights up your nervous system, right? And these branches here, think of these as other memories in your life. Okay, so the EMDR will find the touch tone memory. You will process in a way that, again, the body did not get to do at the time of the wounding, which is why it's stuck or trapped. And kind of like a song. Have you ever heard a song on the radio or somewhere where it's just so powerful and you find yourself listening to it over and over and over again because it moves you emotionally, it resonates, you maybe have a release, maybe you cry, maybe you have joy, all kinds of feelings, right? But then you listen to that song maybe 500 times and then it doesn't move you anymore. You're just kind of like, yeah, I'm over this song, on to the next. Well, EMDR is a little bit like that, except you revisit the memory, you process the emotions, and then it loses the charge, the power of the pain, physically and emotionally, but much quicker than listening to a song. And eventually, once we go through the memories, and we do not have to go through every single memory in the client's life where it connects to that core belief, but the body knows which ones it does need to process. And EMDR is so intelligently designed and very structured. It will bring up the memories that the client needs to heal from. Eventually, where we land is the core belief. Let's say on a scale from 0 to 10, the client originally started with a 9 in the disturbance scale, with 10 being the highest. So that's really high. By the time the treatment ends, that SUDS, the 9, should start to come down. And we want to get it down as low as we can. 0 or 1 is ideal. So this is a little bit about EMDR, how it works. It is fascinating. It is very transformative. And I have been grateful to experience hundreds, probably thousands of experiences where clients are healed from a lot of their pain. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or any specific things you want to know about EMDR, drop me a comment and I'd be happy to reply. Thank you and have a great day.